Lions TV, full time from the O'Mara's front room. Disappointing, mate. Disappointing start back. What did you make of today's game?
Do you know what? Like everyone's listen. I am disappointed that we've lost the game, and like we were very flat at times. But I'm not as I'm not as downbeat as everyone else is because I think it weren't going to be the same Millwall team that beat Forest away 3-0. We knew things were going to be different coming back. We started quite quickly. To be fair, I thought we started off really well, and I thought. I started watching the game thinking Derby are there for the taking. I thought we was going to win like 2-3-0, but I thought once we got the goal, we weren't kind of the same Millwall team that is usually there. We weren't as well organised. We weren't as disciplined. We weren't as free flowing. And I just think that weren't down to obviously there were a few things that was gone wrong, but today. But I think it's more down to the amount of time that we've had off and. Due to the lockdown, I don't think we should take too much away from it. I think it's going to take us a couple of games to get back into the kind of swing of things. Well, I hope it don't take a couple of games, but I wouldn't. I'm not too disheartened by today because I think that we will come good and we will get the right results.
Which about the starting 11 that he went with?
Surprised, to say the least. I saw. Especially when I saw Ryan Leonard, I knew that obviously we had behind closed doors friendly games and he'd done well in them. And, everyone's been saying that he's been impressing in training and whatnot. But I was more kind of surprised with his role as well because from the way I was watching things, I don't know if anyone else, kind of clocked. He was more playing as he's playing the centre attacking midfield. He's playing just behind the striker, which I thought was quite interesting.
He's playing as a 10.
Yeah, he's playing as number 10, and I think, do you know what? And I didn't think he actually done too bad today, Ryan Leonard. I was looking, I was thinking, bloody hell. But let's hope kind of Gary Rowett, this might be a change for him. Because, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not Ryan Leonard's biggest fan, but let's hope Rowett can actually get... Because, somewhere deep down inside thinks that there is something in Ryan Leonard to succeed. Otherwise, we wouldn't have paid the fee that we did.
I don't think he was helped out, by the way, the gap between him and the other two. I think I love Malumbi and Woods. I think they're both brilliant, but I don't think we need them both. Especially you've got Sean Williams there. Sean Williams is more similar to Woods than Malumbi because he's got brilliant passing range. All three of those players, very, very similar. Sean Williams is a regular, obviously, a permanent Millwall player. The other two aren't. I would probably take Malumbi over Woods. I don't think we really need Woods, to be honest. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's a good player. But... if anything, I think you maybe play Leonard deeper because they're just too similar, Woods and Malumbi.
I think, but the thing is, it's worked sometimes and other times it hasn't.
True.
And I think, it'll work against certain teams and some it won't. If the team's a bit more physical, I think, it'll work against us. But if a team likes to play it about against us, it might work in our favour. But, yeah, I do think they are very similar. But, that's why I think Ben Thompson will be pivotal when he comes back. Don't get me wrong, he's similar stature and, he's not the biggest and strongest of players, but he does kind of things that them boys can't do. He gets forward a lot more and feel like he offers us a lot more in an attacking sense rather than just picking it up and spraying it about. Malombi does as well, don't get me wrong. I'm a massive fan of both, but I feel like when Ben Thompson comes back, I feel like that'll add us an element of play that I think that we'll actually need because, like you said, I think they're a bit too similar. But like I said, I mean, in terms of the starting line, you couldn't really argue with it apart from the fact that Leonard was there. I mean, Matt Smith just come off the back of an hat-trick, so you couldn't exactly...
Again, I thought Matt Smith was playing very well. Scored a goal again, done his job. Nutmeg Rooney and put a great ball through for Leonard, and then I'm singing his praises, saying how well he's playing, and then the quick throw from Marlon, he's got to score that, hasn't he? That lob that he's fucking hell.
I was like, I think that was probably worse than the one that John Daddy missed at Sheffield Wednesday away. I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, I said, the angle's there. You go near post. You don't try and go like. I was just so confused with it all. But it's one of them. But listen, I just think, I'm not too disheartened from today. I do think though, even though obviously Matt Smith's come back with a hat trick and he's done well, he scored the first goal. But I can't help but think that maybe even if he had Bradshaw up with him, I feel like it was a good game for Bradshaw to play because Bradshaw played at Pryor Park as well, and that was and we won 1-0, and Bradshaw was a pivotal part in that performance that day. He played very, very well, and I can't help but thinking that would have been a very good game for him. But I looked at like I said earlier, I looked at the game early doors, and I thought Derby were there for the taking. I didn't think there was nothing special about them, but I just feel like there was two things that were the key there. I think Wayne Rooney, I don't think we closed him down. We gave him too much respect today. We gave Wayne Rooney far too much respect. Every time he picked up the ball, he was allowed to kind of be free-flowing and pick out different passes. And that's, I feel like we should have got maybe Malumbi to shut him down. But as well, I thought every time that kind of Tom Sibley, and I must say, he got the hat-trick today, and I thought it was well deserved because I feel like he looks like a really good player. Every time he kind of got into the final third, he just looked threatening. Every time he picked up the ball, I said to Dad, I was like, this geezer just looks like he's going to score every time. And I thought in terms of I believe it was I can't remember if it was the equaliser. Yeah, I think it was the equaliser when I thought that was too easy. Too easy of a goal the way, gets past Cooper and there's like three of them all in one. I feel like he gets away with that a bit too easy in the defending there. You can't, if we're going to make that push up into the playoffs, we can't be doing things like that. Do you know what I mean? But
we had enough on today's showing, did we, playoffs wise? Nowhere near.
I think, if we were thinking about going towards the top six, which I think, we're more, from what I've seen from different performances this season, we're more than capable of being up there. We've got to do better than that. Because, I mean, like I said, it's just finding that consistency. We went away to, obviously it's a long time ago now, but we went away to Forest, turned them over 3-0, great performance. And then today, but like, I just think, just don't take too much away from it. But, I think maybe even like, I said it to my dad as well, the whole Callum Davidson thing, maybe like with him leaving, is that going to leave a big hole? Because I know of how well thought of he was by the players. He'd done a lot of the defensive work in training. Maybe if that's left a bit of an hole, we don't know. But obviously time will tell. But yeah, like I said, I'm not too worried. I feel like in G-Riot, we trust Dan.
Someone had to say it in the O'Mara household. Joe won't be happy you said it, but no, we keep the faith, mate. And I think it's just testament to Rowett and the players, the level of expectancy that was there today. We played a team in Derby that are, a lot of good players, ex-fucking superstars. Wayne Rooney, they've got some good young talent. And as bad as he was, they still only beat us by 1 goal. So the only way is up, mate. Barnsley away next Saturday. Remember last time we went there, me and you?
I think that's the coldest I've ever been on an away game, but that was well worth it, even though I fell asleep at my house and woke up in Barnsley.
Tell me about it. Driving solo up the fucking, with snow pounding me, going up the M, whatever it was.
But no, hopefully we got a decent record up at Barnsley, so hopefully, listen, I'm confident going forward. I'm not too worried. In terms of the playoffs, I think it's just wide open at the minute. I think anybody can jump in there, anyone can stick in there. I think the obvious teams are like the Brentfords and Fulhams, but I think the other two places, they're there for the taking. Anyone can go for it. And if anyone's got a chance, why ain't we?
Well said, mate. Thanks for joining us. Good to have you back.
No worries.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye. Bye.